Grace and peace, y'all. Hope everybody's feeling blessed today. The weather is beautiful. There's literally like not one cloud in the sky. And yet it's nice and breezy. It's not super hot, you guys. It's nice. So I was sitting out, of course, grounding a bit, getting some sun because that vitamin D will cure you. So I was getting spiritual messages. I was like, let me go ahead and start writing them down. So we journaling. They have one that really stuck out to me, actually two, but the second one I'm probably not going to go into here. I will switch it over and take it over on my YouTube platform. But we're going to start with that first message. Alright, so the first message that I got while sitting here is plan and move with integrity always. Now, I know lately I've been speaking more to my shifters, the ones who are on a new frequency, they on a new wave, and they growing, flowing, and ain't playing. Now, with this message right here, this is pretty much to remind you that you have moved into the new. So a lot of the old ways of thinking, the old ways of even moving, got to be put to bed. Now, what I mean by that more or less is low vibrational activity will have you drop your vibrational frequency because it has to match. You pull in what you are. So if you are operating from low vibration, meaning you allow yourself to be taken to that place where, things happen and maybe you want to tell somebody about themselves, but you're not doing it in a dignified manner, you are in a sense dropping your frequency. That's saying I match energy. Never match energy. Your energy is yours. Maintain your energy at all times. That is the only thing you can control. So never match anybody's energy, because that's the whole purpose of them doing anything to you, poking at the bear, is to have you match their energy, because when you drop your vibration, they win. Remember, we are not battling against people. We are battling against the spiritual world. So within those we meet, you will come across some spirits who that person has unknowingly allowed to seep in. And they will be triggered when you approach them. There will be a spirit of delay who wants to hold a conversation with you just to delay what you're trying to do. I gotta go pray, I gotta go. You'll find that anytime you do something like that, something will try to delay you or distract you. In this case, when someone's trying to trigger you, they're not necessarily trying to just get you upset. No. They want you to act out. They want you to not be on that positive spectrum. The point is to get you to drop your vibration, to get you to match their energy. That's the win. So where it may seem like, oh no, they want to win because they think they're better. No. See, you're thinking about it worldly. No. You got to think about it spiritually. They're not trying to win by thinking they're better than you and making you think they think that. No. They know they're not. That's the reason why they're triggering you. They want you to drop down to their level energetically, because now you're proving you're not better. That's for somebody. Now back to the message. I got to plan and move with integrity always. And I had the rewards are always great, which is so true. When you move with integrity, regardless of if you think in the moment you lost something, like let's say somebody hopped the line while you waiting to purchase something, they jumped in front of you. You could tell that person off and feel better about yourself for telling that person off. You can tell them to get out your way, move in front of them. No, you're not. You could do all that stuff, but again, they win because you dropped your vibration and you allowed yourself to be taken there. Or you can say the truth, which is, excuse me, the line is back there. I'm sorry, in case you didn't notice. You can allow them to be in front of you. Why? Because what's the sense of fighting? Sometimes things delaying you is for your protection. You'd be surprised. There's been plenty of times I've had somebody hop the line thinking that they were just going to get in front of me and that it was going to be what it was. And then as soon as the line started moving, the person opened up another register and said, ma'am, come down. It started with me. Now I'm at the front. Wild. So the rewards are always great when you move with integrity, when you move and plan with integrity. That's the point. Now on the back end of moving with integrity, when you do not, you now are facing karma. Now, a lot of people don't understand how karma works. Karma can be instantaneous. And when I say instantaneous, I don't mean like literally right now, which sometimes that happens. You've seen people where, maybe somebody went to go hit someone and they slipped right in the middle of the hitting. Instant karma. Sometimes karma can be instant and yet delayed, meaning instead of them getting karma right then in that moment, it came 2 weeks later. That same person went to punch somebody in the face. 2 weeks later, just randomly got punched in the face. Ain't that wild? So karma can also be long term. Sometimes you don't get karma to your next lifetime. Sometimes how you come into your next lifetime is your karma. The things you have to do battle with in your next lifetime is your karma. There's been people, and this is just coming in as a download, where you've disrespected somebody in your last life, someone who you were supposed to love, cherish, and take care of, and then came back in this lifetime, and that person wants no parts to you. Or God has orchestrated with that person because they've racked up good dharma, which is a positive spectrum of karma. That person's life is beautiful, and you need to be excluded from it, and that is your karma. So understand how karma works will help you. Do a bit of research. Also pay attention to your own lifestyle, things that you've done and what it nets you, because everything we do energetically comes back to us. It can be negative or it can be very positive. I'm talking about the way you experience it, because truly there is no good and bad. It's all about experiences, but there are favorable experiences and there are unfavorable ones, and that will be determined by your karma. The other thing I had here based on karma was good and bad, positive choices, negative choices. Your choices will always net you karma regardless of what you do. Depends on what type you're going to get. What I have is the degree and level of intention determines the amount of karma you get. This is when a lot of people tend to pan over too quickly. Intention is your energy. When you put forth a lot of energy towards something, it completely will indicate what type of karma you get and the intensity of that karma. For example, you intended to break up a happy home, to ruin a relationship, whether it was because you felt you were more deserving of the partner or you just wanted to hurt the person they were with. You made a choice. Your lifestyle may be 100% tainted because of that choice and the amount of intention you applied to make it happen. You poured so much energy into it that you can't pull yourself out. Confirmation. Same as when we do good. You do good for somebody where it's just intention. You don't want anything back. You're just doing it. You carry a woman's groceries home that's in the opposite direction from your house because you want to make sure that that older woman did not have to do any work and that she got home safely. That's going to let you a lot of good karma, especially when you didn't want anything back. She tried to give you $100 and you're like, listen, I did this for me. Tack on that good karma. Alright, so do research on karma, the laws of karma. The laws in the Bible and the way God wants you to follow and the way Jesus tried to get us to follow his lead, because he didn't want followers, he wanted you to follow his lead. You put that with spiritual law and now you starting to really make things make sense. Alright, so on to message number 2. Second message that I wrote down was focus on rewiring how you process loss. Now, this is a big one. This is the reason why we're doing this one as a second one. Very important, you guys. Now, we are naturally trained mentally to think that when you lose something or something is gone from you, that it should be taken as a negative thing. And especially when it's something that you feel you are reliant on. A home, a job, an income. Even if it's your favorite thing, when you lose something that you feel you wanted to hold on to, it hits you a little different. Now, in this new energy, I want you guys to start prioritizing, focusing on the fact that loss isn't a loss. So when I say retrain, it's understanding that God will not allow you to lose anything that's supposed to be with you. I'll say it again. God will not allow you to lose anything that's supposed to be with you. So in a sense, if something becomes tumultuous in your energy, God's going to allow you to drop that. Where you may think, oh no, I need to keep this job because it keeps my bills paid, it keeps everything going. But that job is creating so much high stress in your life. Or the people on that job don't mean you well. Or the times that you working, maybe you working at nights and you working at 3 a.m. and it's compromising your health, whatever it is, God will shake it up. He will not allow you to be comfortable in a situation you're not supposed to be comfortable in. Which is why accepting that a loss is, in a sense, a win. It reminds me of that concept of the teddy bear and Jesus, where the little girl has a teddy bear. She don't want to give it up. That teddy bear brought her comfort. It made her happy. It may be the only thing she ever had in her life that made her feel safe. And yet Jesus is asking her for this teddy bear. She doesn't want to give it up. Little does she know that when she gives it up, as soon as she gives up the thing that she thinks is her mode of comfort, Jesus is going to come through and give her something even better. Because he got that big old teddy bear behind his back. And it's yours. It's already yours. He just needs you to make room for it. And that's what you're doing. When you are facing loss, you are making room for the new. You are, in a sense, pouring out your cup so that it can be refilled. So when you're like, I don't want to lose out on this cup of water, it's so good. You're just like, I got a whole bottle of wine, baby. You want some of this? I need you to pour that cup out so I can get you some. That's what we're doing. So understand that loss has its own importance in your life. You need to lose to win. We learn nothing from winning, but we learn everything from loss. There will be times when you're going to fight the loss because we're taught to hold on to things. This is one of the biggest lessons that need to be defeated here. We're taught, hold on, tooth and nail. This relationship, if you didn't fight for this relationship, you didn't love that person. That is not true. Sometimes you have to love somebody enough to let them go. Sometimes you fought too hard to keep that relationship to the point that you actually defeated yourself. Fighting isn't necessarily the only way to keep something. Fight energetically. Because anything that's for you is going to stay. God will never remove something that you're supposed to have. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've been through the losing of everything to get to where I am. And I'm talking all of it. Giving up the job. Giving up the home. Giving up the relationships. I've had it. And this also goes with people. Because we do this even harder. We'll hold on to people. Because having people around makes us feel validated. I know a lot of people who cherish the quantity over the quality. That will mess you up even quicker. Because having 10,000 snakes around you is not better than having one loyal person. And how you perceive these things is going to help you get over it quicker. There will be times God will call you to give someone up because them being in your energy doesn't mean that they're bad to you. Doesn't mean that they mean you ill. It could just be that when you are around that person, you can't be your truest self. Maybe that person, makes you feel so codependent because they do so much for you that you don't do for you. Maybe when that person's around, they are a distraction. God will sometimes call for you to shift just because the shift is important. This also goes hand in hand with the operating from integrity, because knowing that something has to leave your life because it's what God needs in order for you to develop into the person you need to become, it doesn't have to be done in a forceful manner. Many are going to take it negatively because they haven't gotten to that place where they accept that you moving forward isn't necessarily you leaving them behind. It's just you moving forward. We tack on these additional meanings to what's going on. But when you look at it from a spiritual perspective, we have contracts with each other. Some contracts are to be filled within moments. That's the person who you sat next to at the bus stop, and y'all had a quick conversation about the weather and how, it's nice to pre-plan your day, and it was an uplifting thing, and it just made you feel good. You made that person feel good, and y'all separate. You probably never see that person again. That's a contract. Some contracts are a few months where you guys are in each other's good graces so that you can help them develop into who they are and build the strength to move forward in the ways that they need to move forward. And they're there to support you while you start to move on your plate. And then you guys go your separate ways, and it should be amicable. And sometimes you have lifetime contracts where you're with someone and they are in your life forever. And when I say forever, obviously I mean, as long as possible. But they play a pivotal role in being a support system for you. They are, in a sense, your soul family, so they stay with you for a lifetime. Either way, you never really know. Most people don't know what their contracts look like with others. All you can do is play them out. Just know that when you come in contact with another soul, there's a contract that needs to be fulfilled. And it's up to you to allow yourself to grow within your discernment, to grow within your intuition, and to connect to our divine source, our Father, so that you can understand what contract needs to be fulfilled. Maybe that person is just a point of contact where you're going to now be working with that person and something that you're not even going to see any fruits from for maybe a whole year. But that meeting was that important. Maybe they're there to plant a seed, to have you think along the lines of understanding what route to take. And now you start on a whole new venture. And it all was sparked by a 5-minute conversation. Either way, accepting that loss isn't losing. That loss is just another transition. It's going to help you move forward. All right. I hope this reaches you and it touches you in a deep space in your heart space. Make sure that you like this video, you subscribe. I didn't even do my intro in the beginning. Welcome to Wisdom Came from that good old safe space where we go ahead and unpack our traumas so we can walk in the grace that God so lovingly gives us. If you are new here, make sure you like and subscribe, because if you have been guided here, God is guiding you home. If you are returning, hey so family, welcome back. Share this video with somebody who you know needed it. I thank you for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love and light, y'all, and peace.